California, August 2020. A state already grappling with unprecedented wildfire activity, resources stretched taut by a relentless heatwave and dry lightning storms. Then, within a span of just 48 hours, an impossible scenario unfolded. Two massive blazes, the River Fire and the Carmel Fire, erupted almost simultaneously in Monterey County. It was a crisis that tested the very limits of California's firefighting capabilities, forcing life-or-death decisions and revealing the extraordinary courage required to face nature's fury head-on. This is the story of that simultaneous battle. The first spark ignited near the Salinas riverbed on August 16, 2020, at 10:30 a.m. This was the River Fire, and it wasted no time, immediately threatening residential areas of Salinas as strong winds pushed it west. Just 2 days later, on August 18, 1 p.m., another alarm sounded, the Carmel Fire, starting near Cachagua Road. While separate, their close proximity meant a shared, overwhelming challenge. Firefighters, already weary from a brutal season, now faced not one, but two rapidly escalating infernos. The scale of the challenge was immediate and immense. California's firefighting assets were already critically depleted across the state, battling over 24 major wildfires. The simultaneous emergence of the River and Carmel fires in Monterey County effectively doubled the demand for personnel, equipment, and leadership in one region. Initially, two separate incident management teams were deployed, but the fire's close proximity and overlapping threats soon necessitated a monumental decision: to merge into one unified incident management team, coordinating resources against two distinct, yet interconnected, adversaries. The River Fire, fueled by dry vegetation and the Salinas riverbed, initially raced westward, directly threatening the outskirts of Salinas. Homes, ranches, and vital infrastructure lay in its path. Evacuation orders were swiftly issued, transforming quiet neighborhoods into scenes of urgent departure. Residents packed what they could, leaving behind livelihoods and memories, all while firefighters bravely moved in, attempting to establish containment lines and protect structures from the advancing flame front. The air grew thick with smoke, a constant reminder of the encroaching danger. Meanwhile, the Carmel Fire presented a different, equally terrifying challenge. Igniting in the rugged, steep terrain near Cachagua Road, it quickly consumed dense chaparral and brush. This environment was notoriously difficult to navigate, making ground access for firefighters a perilous task. The fire threatened the picturesque Carmel Valley, remote homes nestled in the hills, and even the historic Mission San Antonio de Padua. Its unpredictable behavior, driven by topography and shifting winds, demanded constant vigilance and rapid adaptation from the crews battling its relentless spread. The human toll of these simultaneous blazes was immediate and profound. Thousands of residents across Monterey County found themselves under mandatory evacuation orders. Roads became arteries of escape, filled with vehicles laden with personal treasures and uncertain futures. Firefighters, beyond their primary mission of suppression, also assisted in guiding residents to safety, sometimes directly rescuing those caught unaware. The experience was traumatic for many, transforming familiar landscapes into surreal, smoke-choked war zones, where the immediate priority was survival and the protection of life. Wildfires are inherently unpredictable, but the River and Carmel fires exhibited particularly erratic behavior, largely driven by fluctuating wind patterns. Gusts could shift direction without warning, turning flanks into headfires and sending embers soaring, creating new spot fires miles ahead of the main front. This constant unpredictability meant containment lines were always vulnerable, demanding continuous reassessment and redeployment of resources. Firefighters worked through the smoke-filled nights, battling flames often visible only as terrifying glows against the dark horizon, pushing against a foe that never rested. By August 2020, California was experiencing a truly historic fire season. The sheer number of major wildfires burning concurrently across the state meant that every available hand was already engaged. This left fewer resources for new ignitions, creating a critical scarcity of personnel and equipment for the River and Carmel fires. Incident commanders faced agonizing choices, forced to prioritize threats and allocate limited assets where they could do the most good, a monumental task under such intense pressure. The fight wasn't just about containing acreage, it was about saving what could be saved. Structure protection teams became heroes, working tirelessly to defend homes, ranches, and historical landmarks. A key focus was the Mission San Antonio de Padua, a revered site with centuries of California history, directly in the path of the Carmel fire. Firefighters deployed sprinkler systems, cleared defensible space, and stood guard against the advancing Inferno, demonstrating their unwavering commitment to safeguarding both lives and irreplaceable heritage, even as flames roared nearby. For the Unified Incident Management Team, every decision carried immense weight. With two major fires demanding attention, commanders wrestled with how to divide and conquer a formidable enemy. Should more resources go to the populated Salinas area for the river fire, or to the rugged, remote Carmel fire threatening historic sites and isolated communities? These weren't hypothetical questions, they were real-time, life-and-death strategic dilemmas, made under extreme duress, with imperfect information, and the constant roar of a raging inferno as their backdrop. Faced with the relentless advance of the Carmel fire through challenging terrain, a critical, high-stakes decision was made, to execute a tactical backburn. This wasn't a casual choice. Backburns are inherently risky operations, deliberately setting fire to fuel ahead of the main blaze to create a defensible firebreak. It required precise timing, favorable weather conditions, and immense courage. The goal was clear: to halt the Carmel fire's southward progression towards untouched areas, effectively starving it of fuel and preventing a potentially far greater catastrophe. The preparation for the backburn was a monumental effort. Bulldozers carved wide fire breaks through the dense vegetation, creating lines in the landscape where the controlled burn would begin and end. Hand crews worked tirelessly with chainsaws and hand tools, clearing brush and creating smaller, intricate defensible spaces. This painstaking work often took place just yards from the main fire, under heavy smoke and the oppressive heat. Every foot of line was crucial, a testament to the dedication required for such a daring strategy. With lines prepared and conditions deemed optimal, the moment of truth arrived. Firefighters, equipped with drip torches, began the controlled ignition. Watching flames intentionally spread can be counterintuitive, even terrifying, especially when surrounded by an active inferno. But this was a calculated risk, a leap of faith rooted in years of experience and strategic planning. The success of the entire operation hinged on these carefully managed ignitions, guiding a smaller, controlled fire to meet the larger, destructive blaze head-on. The most critical phase began as the backburn expanded, creating its own wall of fire. This managed inferno advanced towards the main front of the Carmel fire, a deliberate collision of flames designed to consume the fuel between them. The heat was immense, the sound a deafening roar. Every firefighter watched with bated breath, knowing that any miscalculation, any sudden wind shift, could turn a strategic maneuver into a devastating new front, potentially undoing all their efforts and expanding the catastrophe. Against all odds and through immense skill, the tactical backburn held. When the two fire fronts met, the Carmel fire was indeed starved of fuel, its relentless southward march halted. This was a pivotal victory, a testament to the brave men and women who risked their lives to execute such a dangerous maneuver. While the battle was far from over, this operation dramatically altered the course of the Carmel fire, preventing its spread into vast unburned areas and protecting countless more homes and natural resources. Despite the backburn's success, the battle against both the river and Carmel fires continued for weeks. Containment lines still needed to be solidified, hotspots extinguished, and countless acres of smoldering terrain carefully monitored. Mop-up operations, though less dramatic, were just as vital, preventing reignitions and ensuring complete control. Firefighters remained vigilant, navigating treacherous landscapes, combating exhaustion, and upholding their duty until both fires were officially declared contained, a long and arduous process demanding enduring resilience. The simultaneous attack of the river and Carmel fires showcased the incredible power of interagency cooperation and the unwavering spirit of firefighters. Crews from CAL FIRE, local departments, and mutual aid partners worked seamlessly, a testament to their rigorous training and shared commitment. From the strategic incident commanders to the hand crews on the ground, every individual played a critical role, demonstrating extraordinary courage and teamwork under unimaginable pressure, embodying the very best of public service in the face of disaster. While the fires eventually reached containment, their impact resonated deeply throughout Monterey County. Thousands of acres were scarred, and hundreds of structures were damaged or destroyed, leaving communities to begin the long and painful process of rebuilding. For the residents who evacuated, the return home was often met with relief, but also profound loss. The experience left an indelible mark, a stark reminder of the power of nature and the vulnerability of life on the wildland-urban interface. The river and Carmel fires were just two devastating chapters in California's historic 2020 wildfire season, a year that saw record acreage burned and an unprecedented strain on emergency resources. These two blazes, fought simultaneously, stand as a stark example of the extreme challenges firefighters faced statewide. Their successful containment, largely due to the tactical brilliance of the Backburn and the tireless efforts of thousands of personnel, offers crucial insights into managing complex, multi-front wildfires in an era of escalating fire risk. As California continues to grapple with the reality of more frequent and intense wildfires, the story of the River and Carmel fires serves as both a sobering warning and an inspiring testament. It underscores the vital importance of preparedness, rapid response, and innovative strategies. Above all, it highlights the extraordinary courage and unwavering commitment of the firefighters who stand on the front lines, making life-or-death decisions, and protecting communities against increasingly formidable natural forces. Their heroism remains the state's greatest defense.